Welcome to Taiwan Headlines, news that impacts Taiwan's future. I'm Donovan Smith. As the headline on Focus Taiwan puts it, Taiwan's Interior Ministry prods KMT to change party emblem. In a keynote report submitted to the legislature's Internal Administration Committee in response to a motion passed by the legislature in January, the ministry urged the KMT to alter its emblem. It said times have changed. To help the public distinguish between the two, it is easier to change a party emblem than the national emblem of the Republic of China, Taiwan. It went on to say that the national emblem must not be easily altered as it is a meaningful symbol with historical connotations to unite Taiwan's people. In short, the DPP government is defending the use of a slightly modified KMT emblem as the national symbol. KMT chair Johnny Chang, Jiang Jitsun, said on Facebook that the suggestion was a malintended maneuver by the ruling DPP to shift the public's focus from the deadly train accident. He went on to say, quote, if the DPP fully identifies with the ROC, the KMT will be happy to see it incorporate elements of the national flag and national emblem into its party emblem. Obviously, that's not going to happen. Then, in an interview, Jiang said the KMT would not change its emblem on the grounds that it predates the national emblem. Well, of course, that is true. It was intentionally adopted from the party emblem to put the party's stamp on their then authoritarian regime in China. Jiang added the DPP is mistaken if it thinks it can use this debate as a way to, quote, eliminate the KMT. Now, the emblem on the flag is set out in the Constitution, which is difficult to change, but it is unclear if that applies to the use of the emblem elsewhere. With large parts of Taichung and some areas of Miaoli and Zhanghua now supplying water 5 days a week on a rotational basis in response to the drought, the government is trying to put a brave face on it. The Water Resources Agency is saying that although the water shortage situation in central Taiwan is serious, it is currently sustainable with the rationing measures already in place. However, they added if the drought continues, existing water restrictions could last until June or even longer, and said they are already prepared for the worst and is considering every contingency in case the situation worsens. The Deji Reservoir that supplies Taichung has dropped to only 4.8% capacity. As always, people and businesses with fewer resources tend to get hit the hardest, with agricultural losses caused by the current water shortage having exceeded 400 million NT. Those who sell out of markets, from small restaurants and residents without decent-sized water tanks, are getting hit hard. Today, I will take a shower, shave, and do laundry before the water is cut for the next 2 days, though luckily my apartment block has a fairly decent water tank. In business news, 2 new predictions for economic growth are stellar. The International Monetary Fund has raised its forecast for GDP growth to 4.5%, up 1.5 percentage points from its most recent estimate late last year. Similarly, DBS Bank has raised its forecast for Taiwan's GDP growth for 2021 to 5%, up from 4.2% predicted in January. This is almost good enough to bring back the craze for Hennessy XO that swept the country in the late 80s. Well, okay, maybe not, but perhaps VSOP. Now, by law, I now have to remind you not to drink and drive. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Finance announced that in March, exports soared 27.1% year on year to a record $35.89 billion US dollars, as inventory demand for all product categories gained unprecedented traction amid component shortages and shipping delay. They think the growth momentum might extend into this quarter. Taiwan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs last Thursday held an online meeting with parliamentarians from the newly established West Asia Formosa Club. Foreign Minister Joseph Wu welcomed the group, which is comprised of 63 legislators from 11 Western Asian countries. Members from Jordan, Turkey, Mongolia, and Russia jointly chaired the group's first meeting online on Friday. Taiwan's foreign ministry helped establish the first Formosa Club in October 2019, bringing together various pro-Taiwan legislative groups in the European Union. There are now others in different parts of the world. All right, that's it for today's program. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. If you're on YouTube, hit that little bell there to get notifications. Tell your friends, and if you can, it means a lot to us and it really helps this project move forward. Become a patron of ours on patreon.com/Taiwan Report.
This has been brought to you by the Taiwan Report. For more content like this, become our patron at report.tw.
哎呦，就是那个台湾狗啦，最喜欢我的台湾狗了。